Hey everyone, Andrew, day 2 Dryden, recording for day 2 MTG. Today, very excited to bring you Burn. Well, if you've watched my video on the Pioneer format, you'll know I'm not going to be calling this Burn, although it is tough to come up with a name. So, against my better judgment, I'll call it Burn for today until I come up with something. Or Red Deck Wins. We're playing Red Deck Wins. Hopefully we get some wins in Pioneer. If you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Modern, Pioneer. Hopefully, well, we've got this new format, so I don't know when I'm going to find time for Legacy and Pauper and stuff like that, but we're trying to make content for all those different formats. I've put out a video on the Pioneer format, and basically without things like Lava Spikes and Lightning Bolts, I'm having a hard time calling this deck Burn, so to speak. So that's why I'm sort of, if you haven't seen the video, please check it out. But that's kind of why I'm sort of hemming and hawing over what to call this exactly. It's definitely Boros, though, that's for sure. It is a strong Boros flavor to it, and I think it's pretty strong. So, how do we start here? Let's start with the mana base. Here, I have to do a little bit of a longer deck tech than normal. Oh, also, today's video is going to be a slightly different take. Normally, I cut it up into different episodes. I wanted to have a Pioneer video last week. I wasn't able to get one until this week. School is just absolutely destroying me right now. But I was like, I got to get something out, you know. Thank you again to all the patrons who support this channel. It was a lot easier to spend money on all these different cards that I've now all spiked to all kinds of craziness. It helped out a lot with being able to afford these new cards so I can try out this new format and make content for viewers like you. So, the mana base is the first thing. There's basically different flavors of all kinds of red that you can play. I don't know if mono red is the best way to go right now. However, red white, red blue, red black, and red green all have viable options for how they play. Right? You can do like a Gruul red green sort of beatdown with Become Immense, Atarka's Command, things like that. I think that's a neat strategy. Red black is a pretty neat strategy, I think, with sort of a madness discard. Burn kind of flavor to it. You can have like Arclight Phoenixes and things like that in there. So that's kind of neat. Red white we're going to see here. And red blue, there's lots of sort of is it lists running again. Arclight Phoenix, things like that. I got absolutely destroyed on my Arclight Phoenix purchases between when I purchased them before, when I sold them like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and now they've gone to all craziness again. So I was definitely poor. I wasn't trying to speculate, but if I had been, I definitely would have failed. So anyway, we're looking at a red-white list today, and one of the best things about the red-white lists, or any of the non-allied colors, so I guess that'd be red, white, and red, blue, is the mana base. So we have 4 different ways to have red-white dual lands, as well as some just sort of basic mono-red fixing here between the Inspiring Vantages, the Sacred Foundries, and the Clifftop Retreats. Very strong mana base. I really, really like this, considering we don't have fetch lands and things like that. So 20 lands is still about what I want to be running. I've got a few ways to use extra lands if I sort of flood out a little bit. We'll talk about that as we go through the deck. Aggressive 1-drops, we've got Bomat Courier and Swift Spear. You could also be running Soulscar Mage, and then if I did that, I'd probably want to maybe add some Wizard's Lightnings into here, but it's touchy. I'm not sure exactly what the right number of build for those is, but these are definitely strong, aggressive 1-drops. Bomat Courier is obviously very strong in the early game, and one of the things this deck is going to do is it's going to pressure our opponent to have removal early. There are a lot of creatures in this format, so I think removal is going to be relatively common, but if our opponent doesn't have removal early for things like this Bomat Courier, or maybe this Runaway Steamkin, which is a neat card that I'm excited to play, our deck can just take over very, very quickly. Outside of those 1-drops, we have 1-drop spells as well. We've got Wild Slash and Shock. Basically, Wild Slash is an upgraded Shock. I would have bought these previous to Frontier had I realized that was even the case. I assumed, because this had additional text on it, it could only target creatures. No, this can hit players, planeswalkers, anything like that as well. So it's basically a shock, but in addition to that, if you have a creature with power 4 or greater, damage can't be prevented this turn. I don't think that is going to apply to us very often, although it isn't impossible between the Runaway Steamkins and the Bone Crusher Giants. Even without prowess triggers and things like that, we do have ways for this to occur. But yeah, basically it's a 1 red instant speed damage spell. That's the big thing about it. So it's going to power up our Steamkins. We also have Eidolon, again, a really strong creature that if our opponent doesn't have removal is going to pressure them quite strongly, I believe. There are a lot of creatures in this format, so unfortunately we do not have Searing Blaze. However, we do have access to Searing Blood. There are a lot of creatures this won't kill, unfortunately, but anything early on, and it sucks it costs 2 mana. I'm really missing my lightning bolts. But this is a really good sort of red card advantage spell and really strong against creatures. I'm not really seeing any decks online that don't have some number of creatures, even, you know, the control decks and things like that. They're going to be making creatures at some point, and so this will usually still have a target. You can, you know, it's a little bit awkward when you have to try to get like a Courser of Crewfix dead with this, right? Maybe you have to attack in with a Swift Spear and have them block and things like that, but it can happen, and it will have a lot of other targets as well. Boros Charm, oh man, this feels good. This is when we're starting to get that modern flavor in here. This is still 4 damage to the face for 2 mana. A bunch of other modes on it. Really, really great stuff. Love my Boros Charms. Bone Crusher Giant I like because it is both a spell and a creature, and it has a similar effect to Eidolon stapled onto it as well. So it's sort of card advantage in a slightly slower format. It can trigger Runaway Steamkin twice. It can trigger our prowess on our Swift Spears with the Stomp ability, things like that. Big, big fan of... Where's my button here? Of the Bone Crusher Giant. Light up the stage. I don't know if I want 4 copies. Is there anything else I'd rather? You know what? I'm going to cut one of these for a second shock. I think that's a bit stronger because like enabling Spectacle is going to be a little bit tough. It depends. Let's see how the board state goes. But Spectacle is something you really want to trigger on your first main phase. So, you know, I'm a little bit concerned about how often we'll be able to cast this card. However, even second main phase, refill our hand, it is absolute gas. So hopefully we get to see that. Risk factor, very strong in the 3-drop slot. The 3-drop slot is extremely competitive in red in this format. You've got Goblin Rabble Masters, you've got this, you've got Boros, not Boros, the 3/3 for 3 hybrid mana, red-white. Why can't I? Boros Reckoner, thank you. I couldn't hear any of you through the internet. I don't know why I said thank you. Thank you to anyone who was yelling at the screen for me. Rampaging Ferocidon. There is a ton of value and strong cards at the 3-drop slot. Very competitive, but with a burn-like red deck, I wanted to have as many spells as I could. And again, very good when you're sort of flooding out, when you're wanting to get some card advantage going against your opponent. Also instant speed, big help there. Skewer the Critics. Hopefully it's a 3 damage for 1 mana spell as often as possible. And a Singleton Hazoret just to sort of round it out. Really strong card. I love Hazoret. Very, very big fan. The sideboard's a little bit of a mishmash. Again, I don't know the format super well yet. I don't know what people are playing. There could be a lot of changes that get made to this deck, but I think this is a relatively balanced sideboard. So Chain to the Rocks for any big giant stuff. We need to enchant a mountain we control, but we do have access to, what, 12 mountains? No, only 11. We have 11 mountains in the deck, so more often than not, this should hopefully act like a better Path to Exile. The problem I have with this card is that, unfortunately, if they destroy the land or the enchantment, the creature comes back. So I'm not real happy about how that works, especially with things like Abrupt Decay and, more importantly, because of the land, Assassin's Trophy in this format. So I'm not really a huge fan of that, but there's only so many options we have. We only have so many options, unfortunately. I guess the only other thing I could put in this spot is maybe something like... oh, no, that's not a card. I was going to say the Delve, the red Delve spell from the new, oh man, I'm just tripping all over my tongue today. Modern Horizons, but of course Modern Horizons isn't legal, so yeah, no. There's a lot of creatures and a lot of ETB effects, so we've got a couple of Hushbringers in here. Spell Quellers, too bad. Felidar Guardians, too bad. Things like that. I really like Direfleet Daredevil against those black-green X decks. Really great value if you can, you know, play it for 2 mana and then use their own Abrupt Decays or something against them. Love that. Fry, because there's tons of white and blue planeswalkers and creatures running around. Again, those Felidar Guardians are doing really well. Things like that. A couple of Skullcracks. I should probably find room for the other 2 in here somewhere, but I don't really know where to do that. I've been seeing a lot of creature decks, and some of them even have protection from red, so this is really good at wiping the board as well. Most of our creatures won't die to this. So the Swift Spears, the Runaway Steamkins, well, maybe the Runaway Steamkins, but maybe not. The Bone Crusher Giants and Hazoret won't die to this card. So, I mean, if we have to sweep up our own Eidolon to mop up a bunch of their creatures, then so be it. But I really like this card and its ability to mop up problematic board states. Last but not least, here we have our artifact removal. There are a ton of Smuggler's Copters and other things running around, so I definitely wanted access to artifact removal. And on top of that, I mean, I don't think it's super mandatory, but again, I'm not sure about this format yet. It's very new, and there's a bunch of stuff going on, so I did want access to some enchantment removal if I could get it. And in white-red, this is absolutely our best option. And again, it's good against artifacts too, so there you go. Hopefully this deck works. I don't actually know what we're going to face. I haven't played with this version of it yet, and this is new and uncharted territory for me too. Because I'm getting so killed with school lately, this video is going to be one longer video. I'm just going to cut the middle, or I'm just going to cut the sections in between games out. I'm not going to have enough time to do a lot of editing the way I normally do, and make it maybe a bit smoother, so hopefully you still enjoy the video. But I really, really did want to do my best to get a Pioneer content out, because it's already been a week, and I was trying really, really hard. So my apologies for that, but I do still hope that you enjoy the content. Nonetheless, this has been Andrew, Day 2 Dryden, piloting Boros deck wins. There we go. Boros deck wins in the new Pioneer format. Okay, here we go in round 1, and even with the ability of the Steamkin to make some mana here, I think it's pretty obvious why a 0 land hand is a mulligan. Oh, come on, you're killing me here. Oh, I can't keep this hand. It's, as much as I hate going down to 5 cards, like, this is garbage. Come on, something good, please. Ugh. All right, well, it's keepable, that's for sure, because I definitely don't want to go to 4. So I have to put 2 cards on the bottom. I'm tempted to keep both Steamkins, because in case one dies, maybe I can still use it to make mana until my other lands show up. We're definitely keeping the Swift Spear, the Eidolon, and one of these. So the choice is between one of these Steamkins and a Skewer the Critics. I guess that's what we're ditching. I guess that's how we do it. It's an unfortunate way to start the league here, but I think we've got a chance to make it work. If we top deck a land here, that'd be really nice. Alright, so the opponent knows what we're doing, and we are going to, wow. Well, you know what, we got to get the cards out of our hand, because we're not going to... See, again, we're seeing the lack of synergy with Swift Spear here with this card, but whatever, it is what it is. So, hopefully we can draw land, and... Okay, see, so this would be so amazing if I could have got that Eidolon out last turn. Okay. Okay. So I've got 2 options now. I can play out the Eidolon, or I can try to kill the thing in the ice. I guess I can try to do both. So, how dangerous is this thing in the ice going to be? So yeah, the option is attack in with the Swift Spear. If they block, we can Wild Slash it and kill it. If they don't block, we can Eidolon. You know what? I'm just gonna Eidolon. I'm annoyed already that I didn't get it out last turn, so I also should have bluffed the attack anyway. I'm not really losing anything. I'm not losing anything by bluffing the attack. That was a misplay. I don't think it would have been any different. I think they probably would have. Okay, well, we're curving out, so that's good news. All right, cool. I'll lose a counter on this Steamkin if I get the chance to kill this thing in the ice, but so I'm expecting some counter magic here, but too bad. I need to do something, and we've already gone down to 5 cards. We missed our second land drop. I mean, this isn't. I mean, this could be Is It Charm. This could be Spell Pierce. There could be a bunch of things that get rid of this, but I think most likely is It Charm, which is fine. Oh, it killed the Eidolon. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I'm actually not even that upset about that. You took 2 damage to kill my Eidolon, and your thing in the ice died? It's not the worst. Yeah, because there was nothing we were going to do that was going to stop that. If they really wanted it dead that badly. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's rude. Absolutely rude. That's what I would target. Alright, so our opponent is just totally destroying our board after we had to mulligan down to 5. And, oh, okay, so. You know what? Okay, I'll play out 1 land. Hypothetically, I could have kept 1 in hand for something like a the 3-mana Jumpstart card. Risk factor, but with things like Hazaret in the deck, I'm okay playing out that land, but from now on I'll probably just hold up any lands I draw. Really stalled out here. Well, we didn't have a great hand and we didn't curve out at all. Here, let's get this out of the way. Oh, okay, now we don't need to. Okay, well, not drawing very well. Not drawing very well at all. Man, being able to get that Eidolon out on turn 2 would have been so good. Maybe not that good. They would have gotten 2 more damage in. Oh no, we would have been able to attack in. No, it would have been. We would have been in. They probably would have taken at least 4 more damage than they've taken this game. Oh yeah, okay. Wonder why that card's banned in like every format. I'm not sure how they didn't preemptively ban that. You preemptively ban the fetch lands, but even without Cataxian Probe and such, you let that thing in? Okay. Okie dokie. They have 5 cards in it. That's not a bad draw. I mean, our opponent might spin their wheels a bit more than I do, but I am expecting them to have removal of some kind. Definitely not blocking. Sure. I don't like losing the life race with this Eidolon on board, but I need something on the board. I didn't mention it, but the opponent put the card on the bottom of their library when they cast Opt on their last turn. What is this? Ugh. Yeah, that's pretty good value. That's pretty good value. I think Fiery Temper with discard abilities is showing just how good a lightning bolt can be. Even a bad lightning bolt is very good and would really make this deck much more worthwhile. I wish I had a Boros Charm or something there. Actually, I don't know what I would have done. There's the option to Boros Charm for them for 4 or to try to keep the Eidolon alive. Okay, well, there we go. Come on, something. Okay. Well, you know what? They're tapped out. So I will actually do this now. I don't want this countered. I definitely want them to take 4 or let me draw 3 cards. It's probably the smart choice. Take the 4. I also feel like they might have to hold up counter magic if they don't want that to just happen again. Okay, risk factor not bad. All right, all right. Basically like drawing 2 spells. Okay. I mean, I don't feel like that helps you out right now. You're probably just going to kill me with these Merchant of the Veils before the Thing in the Ice ends up mattering. Pretty much already dead to a flipped Thing in the Ice as it is. Oh, guys, I thought they wrote to pay 2 life for the Steam Vents. Whoa! I mean, I guess this way they get to attacking with the Merchant, and then now they also don't have to worry about like a haste creature. That's fair. That's fair. Come on, something good. That's not especially good. Okay, well, I mean, if this risk factor resolves, then I can light up the stage as well and have a really good chance to win. The problem is if I try to risk factor at the end of their turn, like I probably should be doing, like is probably the smart. Wow. Okay. I did not expect that. I did not expect that. So, okay. I was expecting that to get countered. So if we shock and I guess we shock and light up the stage at this point, right? Like it's unfortunate this light up the stage is a sorcery, but like I need to get it out of my hand this turn for it to pretty much at all be effective. If they counter this, then I mean, again, not great, but they're not countering anything, so maybe this will resolve too. I did hit F6 there. I don't think it matters. there's that haste creature. Okay, well, I can't cast either of those, so they know that they might need to kill me next turn. Somehow we managed to stay in this game. Ooh, what's happening? Oh no! Okay, well, that's... Alright. That's too bad. Really? All 3 Fiery Tempers? Yeah, well, it's a good card. Fiery Temper is a good card. Wait, how did they do that? Wait, how did they do that? Whatever, I'll figure it out later, but... Weren't those creatures tapped? Wait, you don't have to tap this thing for this ability? Oh, that's stupid. That is so stupid. Ugh. Ugh. How is that not a tap ability? Oh my god. Alright. Well, we almost managed to battle back. Although maybe not. Maybe they had it the whole time. They're like, yeah, sure. Oh, that's okay. I can beat that. I can beat that. That might be a thing. Alright, let's get some fries in there. Let's get some Dire Fleet Daredevils in there. What's not great? Searing Blood didn't seem great. It's good if I can kill like a thing in the ice with it, but it doesn't kill anything else we saw, and it needs some help, so I don't think we really want that. Oh, Chain of the Rocks is pretty good against Thing in the Ice, and if they're running like Crackling Drakes and things of that nature. I don't think anything else is great. We could run Skull Cracks if we need to, if we don't like other stuff. But let's take a look at what there is. I like all these value plays. Wow, mulligan to 5 and we still almost got there. I like Bomat Courier, I like Chain to the Rocks, Swift Spear, Shock, Wild Slash. I like all of these things. I could get rid of Bone Crusher Giant, I suppose. I don't think that's super mandatory. Yeah, I could do that. What did I add in? Chain to the Rocks, Direfleet, Daredevil? Yeah, something like that's probably fine. These Skull Cracks might end up being... well, no, it's fine, because they're not going to be gaining life, but... Yeah, okay, so let's try something like that. Let's try something like that. Yes, we want to play first. This hand is great. Keep. This hand is great. This is a hand you can win with. So we get in with the Bomat Courier. They're going to want to, pressure us to maybe... Or sorry, it's going to put pressure on them to maybe remove it. If they use a removal spell on it, then we can use the Eidolon. And the Eidolon, can survive the first spell at least. We have another Eidolon. Life is just peachy. This is a good opener. Alright, well, if you got a removal spell, you want to use it now. Or an Opt. Yeah, there's not a lot of bolts in the format. They could have things like Shock and stuff, but I don't think they want that against us. Well, maybe. I mean, if they have it, they'll probably run it, but I don't feel like that's sort of their jam. I feel like they're going to be trying to do more of that. What's it called? The card that just absolutely frustrated us last game. Yeah, let's play this out. Let's attack in. Let's get our damage in. I'm also wanting to empty my hand as soon as I can to get a value out of this Bomat Courier. Yeah, see? As much as they don't want me to draw cards, this Eidolon is definitely a thing. So, if I save the Eidolon, that means they'll probably have to cast at least one more spell into it. Oh, but it hasn't dealt damage yet. Okay, so by saving the Eidolon with a Boros Charm, it actually guarantees that the almost guarantees the Boros Charm will still deal them 4 damage, but I've got the Eidolon on the board. So we're going to do this. It's not often this is the right mode, but in this case it is. If they cast even one more spell into the Eidolon, then it's the right mode. Excellent. Well, then, yeah, then it's the right mode. Fantastic. Eidolon's so good. Eidolon's just so good. I might want to empty my hand next turn. So let's try to empty my hand as much as I can already. Oh, that's very good also. So how do we want to play this out? Well, the odds of this Bomat Courier dying are very low. So let's just attack in and go from there. right. Oh, wait, I can do everything. Oh, this is just an embarrassment of riches now. Okay. So I have to leave mana up the entire time. Otherwise, I guess I'd rather get the Eidolon out. And if I have to sack this in response, I'd rather get the Skewer the Critics out of my hand. Oh, except that was poorly sequenced, because now I'm going to take 2 hits from the Eidolon triggers. But that's okay. They're going to go to 3. And I'm going to be at 8. And, well, as you can see, it's a pretty strong board state. You can either cast something into me and die, or you can do nothing and I've got lethal. So that was sort of what we wanted to see happen. Now, did we see anything that changed anything? I don't think so. Fry would have been nice, but this all... I think we just run it back exactly the way it was. I think we are probably favored in this matchup, although I don't know about on the draw. You definitely prefer being on the play. I mean, that's just obvious. But if I can get another hand like that, I'd be pretty happy. This is not as strong as the first hand, but it is not worth mulliganing. We've got an answer to a bunch of stuff. We have early creatures to put pressure on them. Definitely keeping. They began the game with 7 cards. Ooh, that's good too. The nice thing too is I don't even really care about these cards under Bomat Courier. Like if I lose them, I mean, it's not... I mean, I'd rather draw them, right? I'd rather have them in my hand at some point, but I mean, like it's a free card. If it doesn't end up, cool. Like if it doesn't end up coming to me, then well, so be it. That's neat. I didn't know they were running that. It makes sense. It's another way to discard cards. But yeah, it's okay. Use your spell on that. I will cast my Runaway Steamkin and be able to do all kinds of stuff. In fact, once I hit 3 mana, I can even Direfleet Daredevil, steal your Lightning Axe, discard another Lightning Axe. All right. I'm going to do my best not to take damage if I can avoid it. Ooh. I can put out a Runaway Steamkin, which is going to pressure them, or a Bomat Courier, which is going to pressure them. It'll put a card under Bomat Courier, and I can Skewer the Critics them. I think it'll be better. I think this is a higher upside play, so after ditching 2 Lightning Axes, I think this might be better, but I don't actually know. Okay, so either way, they were probably going to have a removal spell, so it's unfortunate. Well, they would have taken 1 damage, and I would have... Well, whatever. Is what it is. We just keep drawing really good creatures, so yeah, that's also great. Oh, we even have Wild Slash for this Direfleet Daredevil, possibly. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. I'm going to keep forcing you to have removal. Stop having removal. Stop it! They've got to see a lot of cards. Actually, they're not that many. Sorry, they've only seen 1 extra card with a Chart a Course. That's a good sign. It means they don't have removal yet. That means they're digging. They put a card on top. Alright, well. What do we got? Is it Charm? Another Wild Slash. Okay, well, you know what? Eidolon still dealt 4 damage. Can't be too upset with that. I mean, we can, but whatever. Treasure Cruise. Strong card. Oh, and they get a Phoenix. Oh, that's neat. Oh! Wait! Can I cast my own Treasure Cruise? And Isabel, you may cast you may... I don't know if I get to delve. I don't know if I get to delve to cast the card. That's unfortunate. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I was hoping to use this on, like, you know, wait, hold on. I haven't actually cast this before. Let me make sure I know what I'm doing here. So I haven't actually cast this card before, or I was hoping to use this on like a thing in the ice or something. Choose target mountain you control to enchant. Let's target the basic. Pay white. White. Yeah. If you haven't seen it before, that's a reader. It's really annoying that I don't get to... Well, whatever. I can't delve that much for Treasure Cruise anyway. So... I don't know. It's... As much as I want to put this Direfleet Daredevil on the board... And I get to draw 2 with the Bomat Courier. Or no, I don't get to do all those things. Okay, well, let's do this. This is the obvious thing. And then we get to do this. I don't really want to let them just kill my Bomat Courier for free. Yeah, I think I'm willing to try to get more value out of this Direfleet Daredevil and try to get 2 cards out of the Bomat Courier. If they can't kill the Bomat Courier, then I get more value next turn. I have enough mana that I can sort of do everything. I also get to cast an Opt, unless they delve it away again somehow. So that's nice, I guess. Oh, I can even cast an Opt in response to the Bomat Courier trigger. Oh, that's a good draw. Let's just force them to do something here. Let's not go quite all in. Is it Charm on the Bomat Courier? So is the Direfleet Daredevil worth 2 cards? I think it probably isn't. I think I kind of just want to draw more cards and get... Okay, the Direfleet... Okay, let me think this through. The Direfleet Daredevil lets me cast Opt. So what are the odds the 2 random cards underneath Bomat Courier are better than a 2-1 with First Strike and getting to cast an Opt? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Actually, I even get to... I even have the option... Well, I don't this turn, but I actually have the option to... Is it Charm? If I wanted to. Opt. I would like to cast an Opt. Maybe it would have been better to do this before combat, but we'll see. I don't know. Sure. Still got a counterspell out of their hand. Still got a counterspell out of their hand. I was gonna have to fight through it at some point somehow. Okay, let's turn the corner here. They've drawn 3 more cards than I have this turn, or this game. Yep, that's a good... They have a lot of removal, I'll say that. I keep forcing them to have removal, and they keep having it. What is it, hard casting an Arclight? Oh, of course, Treasure Cruise again. Okay, Boros Charm off the top. Or no, we want to see the other one. That wasn't it. The The other one, risk factor is what we wanted to see there. Treasure Cruise is really good. Treasure Cruise is really good. I'll have to remember to text my judge friends later and ask if I can Treasure Cruise delve with a Dire Fleet Daredevil ability. I don't think they have any flash creatures. That is the one nice thing. I don't think they can just surprise block me out of nowhere. I think that's the one good thing. I don't have to worry about Snapcaster Mage or things like that. I'm going to force them to use spells. I mean, they just keep finding them, so... Come on! Alright, okay. Well... Hazaret. Come on, Hazaret. What is this now? 6 mana? What is this, like Keranos? Ooh, that's legal in this format. 5? What is this? I don't know this format. I don't know what's going on. What are you doing? What's happening? Are you treasure cruising again? Well, we're going to find out. Yes, you are treasure cruising again. All right, well, you've now drawn 9 more cards than I have. Okay, thing in the ice. That's a thing. Yeah. That's a thing, literally. Okay. That's what we wanted. What are you gonna do? You have to let me draw, right? Like you probably just do. You probably just have to let me draw. I'm not playing around. Oh, I just realized I'm not playing around Spell Pierce. For some reason in my mind I had enough mana. I did not have enough mana. So there we go. Yeah. Sure. Come on, put it on the bottom. Put a card on the bottom. All right. So hopefully they were looking for removal and they still haven't found it. Because my God, I have... Oh, come on. Don't have another Is It Charm. Oh, of course they have another Is It Charm. Okay. Well, we've got a couple ways to possibly kill them. They only have 1 card in hand. Okay. I guess we start with the risk factor. And then... hold on. No, we start with the Boros charm. I guess. And if they counter it, they counter it, but I don't think they will. They could have Dispel. All right, we got there. Wow, that was an exciting match. I won't lie, that was pretty good. But we had the tools. That Chain to the Rocks on the Arclight Phoenix was huge. It was out for like multiple turns where we would have been taking 3 each turn. That would have maybe made it a lot harder to win that game. Wow, Treasure Cruise. That card's a beating. Okay, wow. Well, we've got our own Treasure Cruise. You know what our Treasure Cruise does? It also deals 4 damage. Well, it does one or the other. So fantastic. We're 1-0 on in recorded matches in Pioneer. I was getting kicked around the other day while I was experimenting with decks. Hopefully we keep this up. And this has been Andrew, Day 2 Dryden, playing Pioneer in... Sorry, I almost said Pioneer in Modern. Playing Boros deck wins in Pioneer. And I will see you in round 2. Okay, round 2. And again, another very subpar hand here. Everything's a 2-drop except the Wild Slash. Hey, if we just go like Wild Slash into Eidolon, that'd be great, or even Steamkin, but without knowing I'm going to draw that land, I can't keep this hand. Come on! What is... Okay, well, it's another mulligan. Well, we've got to keep. So, here we go. Opponent says, nice username. I'll say, thanks. I was shocked. No pun intended. It wasn't Taken. Okay, so Domestic Cactus. So yeah, we are keeping this hand. I think I need to get rid of a land at this point. Oh, I definitely, sorry, I thought I only had 3 lands. Yeah, we're definitely getting rid of a land at this point. So we'll get rid of a mountain. You know what? You know what? I need my spells. I'm gonna get rid of. I don't have any double whites. I can probably. I'm gonna get rid of 2 lands. I need to keep. I can still cast everything in my hand. So. Okay, okay. Starting with a mountain, so. Yep, that's a good one. That was a good draw, except for the fact that we. It's obviously. Bomat Kur is obviously a pretty bad play when we can't even attack into the Soulscar Mage. So I'm going to. It has prowess. You know what? Let's just shock this right now. Not even have to worry about it. I was thinking about holding up the Searing Blood to give me a target, but if they're starting off with a Soulscar Mage, I'm very confident we will get a Searing Blood target at some point. There's 2 good ones right there. Because this can become much bigger than this, and this sort of maxes out as a 2/2, I am going to shock, well, not shock, you know what I mean. I am going to Searing Blood the Swift Spear. So a little bit of red pseudo card advantage. Hopefully that's enough to, that sort of takes back a little bit of that mulligan. But, okay, so yeah, here we go. Good times. Strong rollout from our opponent. Ooh, I hadn't thought about that one. That could have been a reason to choose the Lava Runner instead. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oof. I think I almost clicked through my turn by accident there. So I can put out the Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, they're empty-handed. Okay, so yeah, the plan is going to be... okay, so I can put out the Bone Crusher Giant, or I can cast the Courier and use the Bone Crusher Giant's Stomp ability. You know what, Bomat Courier? As much as I like you, I think right now you have to be a... I think you have to be a way for me to not take damage. I think I'm going to have to use you in chump block mode, unfortunately. So what do I want to stomp? This is definitely a 2/2. This is possibly a 2/3. Yeah, we're going to stomp this. And get that out of my hand. I've got something to do with my mana next turn, even if I don't draw a land and can cast Hazoret. So I'm okay not attacking and not... Okay, that's an odd choice, but hey, what are you going to do? I need to keep my hand empty as I can so I can get Hazoret out and useful. It's also, I think, helpful to have a Steamkin and can start clogging up the ground as much as... maybe the Bone Crusher is better. No, we're just going to put out the Steamkin, and maybe next turn again, if we don't draw a land, we're just going to play out the Bone Crusher. Although it's possible... No, I'm they're at 17, I'm at 8. I need to... Okay. We are absolutely blocking that. Okay. I'm drawing all these really good cards. This is an instant. Yeah, let's just get this out on the board. Now I've got, 2 blockers. I did think about holding up Searing Blood for, instant speed trickery, but I think it's better just to get that out. But if we can keep drawing well like this, excellent. We have a chance. We have a chance. So what? So they could cast as many as one spell here. Let's see if this resolves. Okay. They could have as many as one spell. Yeah, let's attack in with this. Okay. I think we've, again, we might be able to come back from this now. We're, okay, yeah, they're flooding out a little bit. Okay. Okay. And we're drawing a lot of really good cards here. So I am now willing to throw this. I'm willing to throw this Eidolon away if I need to chump block. Okay. I actually can even risk factor at instant speed here. Now that I think about it. You're going to deal me 2? Okay. You pretty much have one turn here to make this work. Oh, and you only get to cast. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Whew. We got lucky. We got lucky. All right. So they're going to be really creature based. So we want as much removal as we can. This Direfleet Daredevil is going to be good. I think Hushbringer will be good. It's got lifelink, which I mean isn't the most relevant thing in the world, but it's a 1/2. Maybe the lifelink is getting too cute. Maybe that's a bit too cute. I don't think we need too much card advantage, so I can take that out. This is going to be sort of a racing situation. Maybe I can take one of those out. I could bring in Kozilek's Return. It mops up a lot of the creatures we saw. So I could do something like that. I don't expect to need Skullcracks. Okay, well, I'm thinking about the Hushbringers, but what do I not like? Not the biggest fan of Bomat Courier. It's a 1-drop, but it's kind of more value, and I think our opponent might be more aggressive than we are. I love Searing Bloods. If I had 4 Searing Bloods, I'd bring those in for sure. We have a lot of removal. I'll take out a Bomat Courier. It also dies to Kozilek's Return. That's pretty awkward now that I'm looking at that again. So does the Direfleet Daredevil, but big deal. It's got first strike. It trades with like everything. Yeah, let's try something like that. We don't need a lot of changes. This hand is great. Creature removal, creature cheap removal, burn spells. It's awesome. Absolutely keeping. Absolutely keeping. They've got their own Bomat Courier. No way. Oh no. Oh. It's really awkward. I was intending to attack. Blocking's not the worst, but we don't get the block. That's really annoying. That is really annoying. So they should be at 19. Hopefully we don't lose this game by 1. Let's just get this out of the way now. I was hoping to leave that out longer. Maybe I could have, 2 for 1 of them with I didn't see that they missed a land drop. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Everything isn't an instant. Yeah, okay, here. Let's get this out of my hand. Let's just cast our spells. Cast our spells. Hey, there's that second land. All right, what do you got? Oh, you know what? I could have taken Eidolon out of this matchup, actually. It's possible that they are more aggressive than we are. What do you got? Yeah, Lightning Strike. Yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. So is that. I really, really, really want to try and get value out of this Kozilek's return. So I am going to not Wild Slash the Swift Spear. I am now glad that I did not Wild Slash. Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm being too defensive here. If I Wild Slash them and attack, they go to 5 versus 7 with nothing on. Let's. Oh, they could play around this. They could Wild Slash mine. Ooh. Who's got the Wild Slashes? Who's got the shocks? If I go to Wild Slash their Swift Spear and they have a shock, it's super, super bad. I basically get 2 for 1. If I Wild Slash them and they have a shock or something, I only get 1 for 1. And this puts them to 5? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That would have been super, super bad if I had tried to kill their Swift Spear. I mean, it's still not great. That was very good for them that they had that spell, but... Okay, come on. Third land. Chain Whirler. Yeah. Okay, well, Kozilek's Return won't kill a Chain Whirler. Searing Blood, however, will kill a Swift Spear. And we want that to happen. Okay. I mean, we're in good shape, but they got 4 cards in hand, and they're hitting their land drops, so this could go poorly. And we're at 9. I mean, they can just go, you know, Skewer the Critics ×3. Light Up the Stage will do it too. I think they played this from Exile, right? They played that land? I don't know. Yeah, they must have, because this is... Why are they not casting another one? Oof, that's frightening. Oh, it's a pain land. That's not good. Okay, so I'm effectively at 6. If I shock, I'm effectively at 4. Oh, God. I don't know if I'm winning this game. Yep. Okay, let's do it. No, we're not going to do it because I can't cast anything anyway. Let's wait for them to do something. Oh, wait, and they've got... Oh, no, that takes like all their mana. I was going to say, they've got Ramunap Ruin, so I'm effectively at 2. Which, I mean, I am, but that'll cause them to tap out, which is probably fine. Man, I'm really missing Lightning Helix in this matchup. I'll tell you that right now. Go to end step. Go to end step. Don't have... Okay. Oh, come on! Oh, those are some good ones. Those are some good ones. Yep, that was a really good light up the stage. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's try not to mulligan for like the 14th game in a row. Wow. Yeah, I still think I like where we're at. I think this is still where we want to be. Wow. Really close. Really, really close. Direfleet Daredevil would have been great in that matchup. Would you like to play first? Yes, please. Come on. Okay, I'm keeping this hand because it has so many 1-drops. But this hand is a little risky. Excuse me. And I think I get in with the Bomat Courier first. Considering that I'm going to be probably playing out creatures on the early turns here, I don't think the prowess triggers from the Swift Spears matter as much. So... come on, land, land, Inspiring Vantage. Not what I wanted to see. Not what I wanted to see. It's okay, it worked out for them last game. Oh, yeah, they're hitting the ground running here. Uh-huh. 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 Come on, come on. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Searing Blood's going to be good regardless. So let's just get this out and then get... I don't want them drawing cards. No. No, we got to kill the Swift Spear. Let's get the Swift Spear out of here. This thing is always a 1/1. Swift Spear is a legitimate threat, and Searing Blood is always going to kill the... oh, no, actually, they have to be tapped out now that I think about it. If they don't tap out, the Searing Blood doesn't work on the Bomat Courier. Kozilek's Return's been awkward. I think if I could do it again, I would not have put it in. Wow, very similar hands. Okay. Yeah, I think if I could do this again, I would not put the Kozilek's Return in, but we'll see. See, reasons like this, it's pretty awkward, eh? Very similar. Except guess who has a Swift Spear still on the board? And 3 more life. Oh, let's get that land drop's going to be good. Ooh, Copter. Okay. Ooh, Soulscar Mage. Okay. Draw me a land. Draw me a land. Draw me a land. Okay, that's still pretty good. That is still pretty good. Because now this Boros Charm is lethal. Except I don't have any white mana, but hey, what are you going to do? It's okay. It's okay. We'll get there. Yep. Oh, nice empty vehicle over here. That doesn't do you much good, does it? Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, let's just get the Eidolon out. I was like, I could play the Bomat Courier, but no, this is good. That means the Smuggler's Copter is effectively useless because, I mean, well, they can play a creature and, you know, take 2, and then the Copter's available, I guess, but... okay. Looks like we got there. Yup. Yup. Okay. Hard-fought match. Hard-fought match. I don't think I would bring Kozilek's Return in again if I were given the option to play this match again. It was pretty awkward in both of those games. But, wow, the Searing Bloods were so good. So good. Okay, awesome. 2-0 in Pioneer. Well, that's good. And I think the red splash here is showing its value a little bit. Those Boros Charms are really, really good. I guess that's about the only card that we really had access to, right? Yeah, we didn't use any of these, but yeah, I don't know. The Boros Charm makes a big deal. Or makes a big difference in this matchup. Either way, 2-0. Let's go into round 3. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, another opening 7-card hand mulligan. This is a keep. I love this hand. I don't know what to get rid of. I love this hand. I think I get rid of a land. The cards are just so strong, and I can cast everything. So, if we're getting rid of a land, I mean, this is basically free. This requires this. I guess this is the worst of the lands that are there. So, yeah, let's do that. But it would really be nice to keep an opening 7 for once. That would be really fantastic. This is the thing where it has to be the 4th land, right? Yeah, so it comes in tapped. It comes in tapped. Then, if it's the 4th land, it then untaps. It's interesting. It's interesting wording. I wonder why they templated it that way, but I'm sure there's a reason. So this could be some sort of a banned list still. This could be like blue-white control or something. I'm not really sure. We have a good hand against control. Ooh, okay, Esper. Oh, that's a good draw. Oh, that's such a good draw. That's such a good draw. I'm playing this like regardless, so I'm going to sort of feign weakness here. I guess it doesn't really matter. What's the one? Oh, right. I was going to say it could be like Pongify, or no, sorry, Rapid Hybridization. They could play that. They could play that as, what is this? Is this just a colorless? Alright, so now I'm starting to worry about like Kaya's Guile, things like that. What are you playing, Oko? Are you Okoing me? You are Okoing me. One of the nice things about Oko is that turning one of these into a 3/3, I don't know if that's worse. You can make a food though, that is true. You do get to do that. You get to go to 6 and make a food token. That's disgusting. However, fortunately my hand is absurd. Fortunately my hand is absurd. You go at Oko, you go at this person, you go at this person. Alrighty, there you go. You got your food token. So it gained you, effectively you spent 3 mana to gain 8 life. I mean, that is a pretty good rate against me. Ugh, come on. Lightning Helix stapled onto a creature. Screw off. This is a good example of normally poor synergy with Skewer the Critics. However, in this case, it works quite well. What is the other text on this thing? Whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control. Okay, so I have to attack him. So this is like Super Friends. We're going to cast Stomp on our opponent. Prowess, Prowess. We're then going to cast this. Prowess, Prowess. It's worked out pretty well. Imagine how good this hand would have been with one more card in it. It might not have been that good. It could have just been like a crappy land or something. Alright. Oh, they're playing all the colors. Even without fetch lands, I'll give them that. Oh, do you get to flicker a permanent? Okay, great. You get to gain 3 life again. God, this card is frustrating. Alright, yeah, sure. Love it. Okay, on the bright side, we get to kill this Felidar Guardian. I will say that. If they block. Please block. Oh, they didn't block! Jerk. Okay, well, we're casting this then. And there's no reason to hold a land in hand. Really wanted them to block, because we might literally just lose now. Yeah, sure. I needed them to block so I could kill Felidar Guardian. Well, on the bright side, this Bone Crusher Giant is a serious beat stick. Except... So does that just win? Well, I mean, I can't do anything. If you can win, then you can win here. Yeah. Awesome. Well, that was fantastic. I love all the incidental life gain. All right. So if you haven't seen this before, because it was a disgusting standard format in which this was born, what happens is Saheeli gets to blink. I think it's a creature. I don't think it's a permanent. I'm pretty sure it's a creature. And you choose the Felidar Guardian. The Felidar Guardian comes in, blinks another permanent. So you blink Saheeli. The new Saheeli then gets a new loyalty activation. And you just cycle it through like this. So you end up with a Splinter Twin, infinite worth of creatures on the board here. So they get to pick as much as they want to attack me for. I am going to get them to play this out. If you want to play your silly, janky combo, then have fun. If this is what you want your win condition to be, I hope you enjoy it, because I don't. So I also get to talk to you fine folks here on camera now. Let me know again, this is a longer video. I don't have time to chop it all up the way I want to normally. But I, of course, did want to have Pioneer content. So for that reason, let me know if you're playing Pioneer, what you think. Make sure to let me know what you think of the deck, different cards we can add. I am not familiar with all the cards in the card pool. There's a bunch of things I forgot about that I read online. I had to read them online to remember, oh yeah, right, that was a card. Oh yeah, right, that was reprinted. Like all kinds of weird stuff. Again, Wild Slash, I didn't know it targeted anything. I assumed because it had the extra text on it, it wasn't just better than Shock. So, yeah, let me know what you think about the new Pioneer format, what you've been playing against, what you found successful, things like that, because I don't know. I do not know much about this format or how, like, and that's one of the reasons why it took me an extra day or two also to get this out, because I was having to sort of test. I'm like, does this deck even work? Does it function the way I want to? Just playing in like the free play area, just trying to make like anything kind of come together. Like, oh, this was super awkward, but yeah. All right, so pretty sure that's lethal, but hey, I'm gonna take one of these kitty cats out with me. Look at that. Begin sideboarding. All right, well, we definitely want Fry, and we definitely want Skullcrack, and I don't know if... Oh, yeah, no, we definitely want Smash Smithereens. Absolutely we do. Absolutely we do. And you know what? We could bring in a lot, actually. Oh, and Hushbringer. Hushbringer's great, too. Oh, this is great. We have so much to bring in. Wow, okay. In that case, actually, I'm going to take out Hazaret. I'm going to take out... Oh, we have a lot of cards to bring in. I don't like Kozilek's Return. Direfleet Daredevil is possibly okay, but it's sort of more... It's not really what I want. I could use Chain to the Rocks. It's not the best removal I want, but it might be good enough. Take out a Light Up the Stage. We have tons of things to take out. That's the problem. You know what? I guess the Smash Smithereens, maybe. I'm thinking about like destroying a food token or something, but like, maybe that's a little situational. And they're not going to blink the Felidar Guardian. That's an artifact. So unless they're like right down to 3 life, and that's like the lethal damage amount, like I don't actually know if that's good or not. So maybe that's not great. Anything that races them is good. So these low cost creatures are really good. Skullcrack, obviously, this is good. Maybe the Searing Blade isn't great. Yeah, that was a little situational, actually. Okay, we'll take that out. I mean, if they've got like Mana Dorks and stuff, like Elvish Mystics, obviously we want the Searing Bloods, but whatever, do what we can do. So 2 more cards, huh? I liked the Bone Crusher Giant. I liked being able to sort of get value out of that. Maybe, I'm not sure what I want. I'm not sure. How did they kill this Runaway Steamkin? I don't remember. We're bringing in other stuff. This is tough. This is tough. These are all so good. Maybe this is unnecessary. Yeah, maybe that's unnecessary. Okay, let's go like that. I think this is pretty strong. Yes, something keepable. What the heck? Sure. God. I mean, this isn't a great hand either. This is not great. God. Keep. I guess I'm ditching. Oh, this doesn't even come in. Okay, well, I guess we're ditching this. Done. Oh, no, it would have come in untapped. I'm wrong. Okay. Awkward. Awkward. Well, I'm not really worried about my life total, to be honest, right? They're going to hit me from basically 20 to 0 like you saw, so a little bit extra incidental damage with the Ramunap Ruins. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll deal with it. But yeah, I wanted creatures. I wanted Eidolons. I wanted things like that. Those are sort of what I was hoping to see in my opening hand. However, Boros Charms and ways to sort of uncounterably answer their planeswalkers and stuff was also something I'm not unhappy about. Maybe I shouldn't have put all those resources into Oko. I was feeling like Oko was going to take the game over. Maybe if I had just... Oh, that's really great timing. As much as it sucks, I have to get this out. Super, super awkward. On the bright side, we will probably get good use out of the card drawing ability that it has. I'm going to pretend like I have a spell. Again, I don't think my life total matters here. It's also ridiculous that this stupid Fabled Passage card doesn't cost you a life. Actually, never mind. I guess if it cost you a life, it would, like, Terramorphic Expanse or whatever would be almost strictly better. Yeah. Probably take Fry, I would guess. Took the Boros Charm. Okay. Well, I mean, they know about Fry. That's the unfortunate part. That is a good draw. Hopefully they don't have removal, but what are you going to do? I can't play around all the removal. And again, it presents a clock. I would have much rather had Bomat Courier into Runaway Steamkin be my first opening plays, but yeah, sure. I mean, what else am I going to do? I need to get damage in, and this opens me up to removal, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to do other than just try and kill them as quickly as possible. Why is this not... There we go. Okay, well, I mean... Pretty good mana. Come on! Right, that's how they... Well, you know what? I shouldn't complain too much. This deck is obviously aware that it has a weakness to... I mean... They know about Fry. They know about Fry. I can't really hold it up very well. And I think it... without anything else on the board, they can't just combo kill me. I have an opening here. Wow, love the incidental life gain. They obviously know that aggressive strategies are going to be tough for them, so I guess it's somewhat, I don't know if I'd say fair. Okay, well now I have a fry target at least. Wow. All right, well I'm getting totally ground out by this. Just absolutely and completely ground out by all this life gain. I don't really want to kill Teferi, but it's pretty much impossible to do anything with this if I don't. So there we go. I will feign... I don't know. I will feign like I have an interactive spell in my hand, but... yeah, this... How much better would it have been if I had actually been able to go... Also, hey, these would have been great searing blood targets. I don't know about great, actually. They've already sort of done their work. Sure, Oko, yeah, whatever, do what you like. Oh, alright. We are not... This is... Okay, so this is what... When I had that video the other day complaining about not having access to Lava Spike and Lightning Bolt and things like that, this was sort of what I was talking about. Like, like without like Goblin Guide and Lava Spike and Lightning Bolt, I think it's really hard to beat a deck like this. I think it's, I don't even want to say hard. It might be impossible. I need Skullcrack so bad. Okay, I don't think we can win this game anymore. I don't think I can win this game anymore. That would have been nice when they ran out of removal a while ago. Alright. I'm done. I don't want to keep playing this. I'm recording all 5 games into one league. There's no way I can beat this. They have instant speedway to gain a bunch of life. I have no way to fight through all this. It's impossible. It's impossible to beat this. So this might just be one of our bad matchups in Pioneer. Again, red decks, in my opinion, tend to keep the format honest. If you have enough fair, aggressive red decks, you can't get away with too many silly things. It kind of brings those aggro decks kind of bring like the weird combo decks back a little bit, provided the combo decks aren't faster than the aggressive decks. Then it just gets silly, right? Like things like Hogak, right? It's a combo deck, but it's beating Burn, right, in Modern. So I think one of the ways you have a healthy format is by having red decks with things like Lava Spike and Lightning Bolt that are fast enough to keep the silliness in line. And then what that does is it sort of forces them to interact more, which then opens up the space for things like, you know, black-green mid-range decks. So personally, I feel like red decks are a very important part of the ecosystem, which against this kind of silliness, which is probably just good against almost every deck, I don't know if that's where you want to be. I mean, I'm not going to start calling for an Oko ban. Go online. There's enough people doing that. I don't need to chime in, but that's just my 2 cents on that. Either way, we're 2-1, I think, now. We're going into round 4. Yeah, we're here in Pioneer playing Boros deck wins. Andrew, day 2 Dryden. We'll see you there. We're here in round 4, and would you look at that? I have a very keepable 7-card hand. Very, very happy about that. Ooh, all right. Yeah, that's okay. I've got a good answer for. Oh man, but I want to cast the Swiss Spear this turn. Zombies? What is this? What's going on? Do I need to bolt this thing, or do I need to? No, let's play the proactive plan, not the reactive plan. I don't actually know if that's the smart choice or not, but I guess we're gonna find out. When it enters the battlefield, amass 1. Alright, well, you're flooding the board with a bunch of... It looks like I might actually have a match for Kozilek's return. That's nice to see. So, this thing scares me. I won't lie, this thing can get big and angry. And if it can ever get above 3 toughness, it kind of frightens me a little bit. So, for that reason... we are absolutely going to take it out. Take me out. Alright, so this thing has to go away. I guess what uses my mana better, or, well, I guess this uses my mana better. It's kind of like I'm getting 1 for 0'd here. In a way, because it's sort of a token that came in for free, and they'll probably play something else that has a mass, and they'll like get it back. However, I'm still going to be able to cast this Bone Crusher Giant. It's almost like this is in my hand, and I did get an extra damage in, so I don't know. What does this thing do? Okay, neat. Okay, alright. Okay, zombie beatdown. Alright. Well, luckily I still have that removal. And luckily we're curving out. So let's get the Steamkin out, because we need to start getting some value for these things. This has to go away. Alright, so killed the Lord, and I think if I can just untap next turn with this Steamkin, and without anything getting too crazy, don't be like, oh wow, alright. Okay. That is a, I was really hoping that wouldn't happen, but what are you gonna do? Okay. Yeah, this zombie beatdown is... See, this is an example of, like, we don't have Bolt, we don't have Lava Spike. Like, I don't quite have the spells necessary. How do I want to do this? How do we do this? I don't think I can just get hit for even 4 or 3 again by these stupid dorks. This is frustrating. This is very frustrating. Okay. So... Okay, so let's say we attack in. Let's say they block. We can Boros Charm and just kill the thing. Then I can kill something else. That's great. I don't think that'll be what happens, but whatever. The other option is I attack in. They don't block. I can then skewer the Death Baron. No, I can then Steamkin and then skewer the Death Baron. So I think no matter what happens, attacking in is the play that we want to see happen. Yeah. Okay. And honestly, at this point, I'm probably just happy with the Steamkin trading with one of these. I mean, it's not ideal, but whatever. It is what it is. I need to start playing to this Hazaret Bone Crusher win condition. You know what? It just occurred. Oh, okay. Well, that's... I mean, you pretty much have to take Hazaret, I guess, right? I don't think you have an answer to it. but Boros Charm is also a very good card. Boros Charm is also a very good card. You probably got to take the Hazoret. Depends. Maybe they don't have removal in hand. If they take the Hazoret, it's actually going to be really tempting to not block with this Runaway Steamkin. This thing cost 3 plus itself. Yeah, okay, so effectively 4. Effectively 4 mana for a Phyrexian Arena if you're empty-handed. And yeah. That's not bad. Yeah, you got to take Hazoret, right? Well, I mean, they could have like Vraska's Contempt or something, some sort of answer to it like that. What is happening? What is this? Target player creates X zombies, then up to 1 creature gets minus. Okay. Yup. Okay, well, we pretty much have to cast our Bone Crusher Giant now because we are losing on board here. That was a good draw. But that was a good draw, but I'm definitely not paying the life. Okay, what do you got? Unless you have removal in hand. Oh, come on! Oh, this is so frustrating. Zombie Tribal, who would have thought? Okay, so I have to block 2 of them. Really? Okay. Oh, right, because this trades. Oh, God, this is so bad. Right, yeah, you don't need to. I'm losing both creatures. Yeah. Okay, well, we are 100% bringing in... Am I just dead? Am I just dead? I think I'm just dead. No, I'm not. If they don't have anything else, and just these, that's 4 damage. So I am not just dead. Okay, good news. We are definitely bringing in those Kozilek's returns. Absolutely. Wow, would those have been strong. I think they know about the Boros Charm too. I think they know what's in my hand. Oh yeah, right. You know, you think you know what cards do, but you haven't actually played against them, right? Like, I know what Snapcaster Mage does. I don't need to reread Snapcaster Mage. This thing is a little bit silly. Come on, click through your attack step. I'm not above scumming a win that way. Oh well. Man. Okay, well. They'll have Menace. Why does this even give me the option to block? Trolling me, Magic Online. You're trolling me. Okay, well, creature-based, blah, 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 huh? Sounds like Direfleet Daredevil is going to be good. Sounds like Kozilek's Return is going to be good. If they're playing, like, mono-black Devotion cards, like they're playing Gary, I'm definitely going to want that. You know, or even Vraska's Contempt or something. There's a lot of incidental black life gain, which is so frustrating. Wizard seems to be really intent on just making everything grind me out. But calm down. Won't worry about it too much. Searing Blood would have been great in those. Take out a Light Up the Stage. I could take out a Risk Factor. Maybe 2 Risk Factors. 1 more card. Do I want any of these? I don't think so. This didn't do anything, right? Oh, right, there's those army cards. Or dying trigger? Was there dying triggers? No, I don't think so. Guess we want to cut 1 more card. We can cut Eidolon. against like aggressive creature-based decks. I think Eidolon's still good, but I don't really want to draw like 3 of them. So having 3 in the deck is probably a good way of not drawing more than 2. What are these hands? What are these hands? I'm keeping this hand. This hand is very good at doing what I think I will need to do to win. If I just draw a few lands, I'll be in very good shape. So let's hope we draw a couple lands. But even if we don't, we have spells, and we have a light up the stage too to hit land drops. So that's good news. Just don't fatal push me. What is this? Is something that comes back, right? Return from this to the battlefield. Activate only anytime you cast a sorcery, and only if you have 1 or fewer cards in hand. Okay, that's actually not that crazy. I thought it was just straight up like 3 mana reanimate. Land. Nice. Nice. So if I light up the stage here, I actually... yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, okay. It's possible just throwing the Eidolon down was the smart play, but I think there's a lot of potential options here, but I want to get these cards going. Land and something else. Beautiful. God, is that beautiful. Oh, what a absolutely delicious light up the stage. That stage is lit. It's like the Muppet Show over here. So good. So good. It's funny how Eidolon, or this ability gets around Eidolon. You have a fatal push? Are you really thinking this hard about a fatal push? Oh. Yeah, okay, so you... Oh yeah, okay, so you kill my Swift Spear for 2. Or for 1. It's effectively a fatal push. It's good. Strong. Strong card. It's unfortunate that we don't curve out very nicely here, but what are you going to do? So this can come back next turn. Well, actually, no, it can't. This just stays dead, though, right? Which is, yeah, so this one just stays dead. Just get rid of it. Would have been nice to cast the Eidolon that turn, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Our hand is very good. We're curving out. I'm hoping they put a bunch of stuff on the board and I can just Kozilek's return it. That doesn't quite work with Kozilek's return, unfortunately. But it might still be okay. This is awkward. This is so awkward. This is so awkward. I'm totally going to throw my Eidolon in front of anything, almost anything if I can. Maybe not. Maybe if they leave back Lord of the Accursed, maybe I'll try to attack in with Eidolon and have them block it, and then I can... Oh, God. It's a zombie too, right? No, it's a vampire warrior. Oh boy. I don't know what to do here. I think I have to get rid of this Eidolon, because if it stays on the board, it's going to cost me life, and they're about to start gaining 3 life a turn with this Kozilek, or Kalidas, I should say. The other option is what? Like try to Boros Charm next turn. So I take 5 now, probably 5 next turn, and 2 off of my Boros Charm. This is not good. This is not good. I'm aware they get a zombie, by the way, if anyone's gonna chime. Oh, and it's a 3/3 because of course it is. Yeah, awkward series of draws. They were just out of range with Kozilek's return. I'm trying to think. Is there a way I can just blow them out? Probably not. Come on. I need lava spikes and lightning bolts. This is ridiculous. Anyone who tells me that we don't need lava spikes and lightning bolts, you know what? I don't know. Maybe Kozilek's return's also bad. Maybe I need to be playing Anger of the Gods. That would have mopped a lot of stuff up. Problem is, Anger of the Gods is red. I feel, you know what? Maybe I'm watching too much Nikachu with these protection from red cards. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But either way, Kalidas is tough to deal with in Modern. Maybe, and you know what? Maybe I didn't sideboard very well. Maybe that was a reason to put Chain to the Rocks in instead. So maybe that's something I should have been keeping aware of. That's definitely something I was thinking of with the black-green decks. I hadn't really thought about it with the mono-black decks, so maybe I didn't sideboard well either. Again, I am new to this format. So if you think either one of those is a good theory, or you've got your own ideas, let me know in the comments section. And let's go see what happens in round 5. Here we go, round 5. Trying to get that 3-2 finish in our first league. Come on. Okay, I'm not mulliganing this. I need cards in my hand. If that anything that's so, I'm keeping this. Oh no, this comes in tapped. I'm not used to playing with this crap mana base. That's wow. All right. Probably should have mulliganed. In retrospect, for some reason, I kind of thought this would act like a. Right. I'm even still trying to cast it because I'm that. Whatever. I'm really getting tired of mulliganing seven card hands, though. I will say that. Oh boy. Okay, please. We are seeing the power that fetch lands provide. If that were something like a fetch land, Swift Spear on the first turn, be able to attack with Swift Spear this turn, skewer the critics their elf. They're only at 2 mana. They're not going to play. I don't even know what kind of silliness is about to come my way. All that being said, I still haven't drawn a second land, so this was not a great keep. I definitely mistook the Clifftop Retreat to be like sort of an inspiring vantage. Honestly, even if it were a Sacred Foundry, that would have been good enough. Oh, this is a depressing way to end this league. What is this? Ah! It's a big boy. 5/4. That will. Okay, we're not just out of it, but we're pretty close. Frustrating thing is if I draw a second land there, I could hypothetically block and kill Surak. Oh my god. What does this thing do? Well, at least we're not taking too long. Sure. Sure. I was really hoping he would tap out. So this is 4. They can't make anything bigger, right? No. So if I block here and kill this, but I can't because they didn't tap out. Kind of hoping they would try to make this. Oh no, I couldn't anyway. They have double white or double green. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Okay. So maybe I'm being proven wrong with my Kozilek's return. Oh yeah, we are absolutely using this. My Kozilek's return strategy, but I feel like it's got legs. But boy, I am not being proven correct about that today. I don't think I want this. No, I don't want that. Maybe Skullcrack. I don't know what they're running. I don't know what kind of green. I mean, they've got Scavenging Ooze. I guess there's that, but that's not really where I want to be. Much happier to be in this area. Let's get the Bomat Courier out of the way. It's pretty weak with the Kozilek's return, which again might just be a mistake. I'm going to seriously reevaluate Kozilek's return. Thank you for giving me. Oh god, this isn't really. Okay. Oh, actually no. Okay, Bomat into. Sorry, I do have a 1-drop. Keep. Okay, let's try to force a game 3. Let's try to force the thing that I can't speak because I'm gonna mess up my clicks. Let's try to force a 3-2. Excellent. I would love to drop an Eidolon right now, but the Bone Crusher is just way too important. Bolt the bird. Anyone who doesn't know that, even in this, well, you can't bolt and there's no birds. Shock the goose. Stomp. Stomp the goose. That is 100% a thing that we do. You know what? Yeah, I'm willing to trade this. Absolutely. Oh, and they missed a land drop? Oh yeah, then there's no way they're gonna block. That's great. That is fantastic. Are you thinking about blocking? I am happy to make this trade. Okay, there we go. You go away now. All right. There you go. You got 2 mana. What are you going to do with it? Bone Crusher. Oh, sorry, you're stomping. Yeah. So how did you cast that? Right. Let's get this Eidolon out. Whew. Still really like to draw another land. That will do. Okay. Uh, Eidolon or Bone Crusher? Eidolon or Bone Crusher? Eidolon. You gonna miss a land drop again? Nice! Oh, I mean, would have been nice to have it the other way around, but hey, we're curving out finally. So that's pretty fantastic. I want to get these out of my hand for Hazoret. But like, okay, so hold on. So I play this. I can Boros Charm. That'll give me 2 cards in hand. I'll draw a card next turn. If it's a land, I can just play it out and cast Hazoret. What's the best way to sequence this? This is a slightly awkward draw. Or I can just Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher doesn't get Hazoret out. That's the thing. I think I'm just going to hold up Boros Charm. I think that's what we're going to do. Fantastic. I mean, they're learning more about our deck, but I mean, whatever. Okay. Looks like we'll force a game 3. At least there's that. Yeah, looks great. I'd like to pay 2 life. No. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so Elvish Mystic, Scavenging Ooze, all these things. Okay. That doesn't really change anything, I don't think, here. Yeah, maybe just more Scavenging Oozes. That's maybe what they added. I think this is still good. Maybe the Steamkin's a bit cute. You know what? I'm gonna shave one of each of these for skull cracks on the draw. I think that's fair. What are these hands? All day with these hands. God. The way I see it, Hazoret is effectively a mulligan already. I like this hand because it does have 1 land that will come into play untapped. It has a Bomat Courier and a Wild Slash. It has ways to answer early creatures. I do like that. It has strong early plays if I can get I need a second land. I can't even look at Runaway Steamkin or something like that without a second land. I can't. I mean, I'm on the draw. I get to look at the top 2 cards, but I mean, this is a better hand. I suppose there's that. So I will keep this just because I don't want to go down to 5, but I'm not thrilled with this. So we want to keep removal. We want to keep this. Maybe Bomat Courier is pretty weak. Cut the Bomat Courier. Yep. Okay, come on. Please draw me a land. Please draw me a land. Please, please. You know what? Good enough. Thank you. So if they eat something in response, that's super bad. I don't really want to use Chain to the Rocks against a Scavenging Ooze. I really don't. But it gets the Swift Spear on the board, and it gets a prowess trigger, and it gets me in the game. So it's not really the way I wanted to use a Chain to the Rocks, but too bad. Sure, gain a life, eat something. I don't care. I don't care if you pay 1 green to gain a life. What I care is this thing becoming gigantic and impossible to deal with. So it loses its counters. At least it loses the counter that you put on it. Okay, there you go. Cast something that dies to Searing Blood. Shucks. Bomat Courier. You know what? That could have been worse. I'm okay with that. That could have been worse. God, please draw me like a shock or something next turn. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, wait. Okay, that dies to Searing Blood. Okay, we're not like just out of it yet. But like this has not gone well. We're about to start getting our heads kicked in by Bone Crusher giants. Yeah. Seems strong. Seems strong. Okay. Well, I can kill it and take 2, or I can not kill it and take 4. Just getting totally out card advantaged here, unfortunately. Sure. Like I'm just, I'm having to use way too many resources on this. This is so disgusting. On the bright side, we will be able to start getting our burn plan down once I can actually start not addressing what's going on the board. Really? Oh, I was so close to being really excited there. What the heck is this thing do now? Okay, please draw me a Chain to the Rocks. When Polygonus really becomes monstrous, it deals X damage to target creatures. Each of those creatures deals damage. Okay, so it fights whatever based on X. Okay. That's not the worst thing I could have drawn. It does let me cast both of these Boros charms. I am in trouble, though. I am in a bit of trouble. I really need a way to answer this, and I don't think I have one. Really, Chain to the Rocks, I think, is the only thing that does it. I think Chain to the Rocks is the only thing that saves me at this point. God. You know what? Fine. You want to hate on Burn, you're going to lose to all the black-green X decks. Go ahead. Lose to Burn, or beat Burn all you want, and lose to the mid-range decks. All right, a little frustrating. A little frustrating to start 2-0 and then have those kind of losses be what happens. But again, I didn't really know how to build the sideboard, so maybe those are lessons. Maybe I don't even like. Again, we don't have Lightning Helix, we don't have Lava Spike, we don't have Lightning Bolts. I'm not saying the deck can't win. I'm saying it's really difficult. I'm saying it is not tier 1 the way it is in Modern. That's okay. You know what? All in all, not a bad maiden voyage. I don't know this format, so I'm going to look at the deck list and talk about the cards, what I thought about them, what maybe I'll make a couple changes to the list right now on the fly. Either way, though, if you stuck around for the matches, it's been great having you here. Andrew, Day 2 Dryden, welcoming you to Day 2 MTG. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can get updates on all kinds of stuff that we're doing here. If you like red-based aggressive decks, it's the place to be. So, thank you to that, and to all of those of you who are going to stick around, let's go over to the deck tech screen. All right, so the main deck, Searing Blood was good. There were a couple matchups it wasn't great in, but overall it was pretty strong. So maybe this should be like 4 of in the main deck. Steamkin, it demanded removal. It demanded removal from our opponents, and they tended to have it. So maybe this should be like a Soulscar Mage instead or something. That's very possible. But maybe that should be like something like a Soulscar Mage. I think when our opponents don't have removal, it's very strong. But even the decks that don't have removal, like Fatal Pushes and things like that, I mean, they're running like Oko or Teferi or something like that, which, you know, is also pretty frustrating to deal with this card. So maybe Steamkin just isn't good enough without things like, I don't know, Manamorphose or Gut Shot or things to make it just really, really bananas. That's very possible. So I would maybe look at cutting Steamkin, but I could be convinced that it is good enough. But life gain strategies seemed rough, so maybe we should also be running the Skullcrack. It's not even when I was playing around with the mono red list, I had things like Field of Ruin in the deck. And maybe that would have been good against that Planeswalker deck. Things like Sorcerer's Spyglass or Grafdigger's Cage might have been good. I didn't want the Grafdigger's Cage because I thought it was a little bit of a non-bow with risk factor, but honestly, maybe it's just strong enough that we bring it in anyway, because, man, those Planeswalkers were... I mean, we couldn't answer them. So maybe that's something we need to address. Yeah, maybe something like a Sorcerer's Spyglass is better than like a Hushbringer in the matchup with those like copycat decks. Maybe something like that. I thought Swiftspear was good. Bomat Courier was good enough. It worked out pretty well with the aggressive strategy we had. It was usually sort of a way to bait out removal, or usually got in at least 2 or 3 damage, so that was good enough. Light Up the Stage was okay. I could see going down to 2 copies. I liked Risk Factor when we had it. I liked Screaler Critics was relatively okay. It didn't feel too awkward. But yeah, maybe we just kind of want to lower the curve a little bit. Take out the Steamkins, put in Soulscar Mages. The Kozilek's returns were pretty awkward. Those zombie decks had 3 toughness a lot of the time, so that was very good, obviously. It also didn't work out great against those burn decks, so maybe more chained to the rocks. Yeah, maybe that's what we want to do. Maybe we just want to take out the Kozilek's returns, and we just want to add 2 more copies of Chain to the Rocks. Maybe that's what the deck should look like. It's hard to say. We also didn't play against any of the black-green decks I was hoping to play, or I was expecting to play against, based on the final of the first Pioneer Challenge this weekend. So, yeah, there's that. Either way, I think the deck performed okay. We kind of just got a little unlucky, a little ground out. But when the aggressive red decks aren't able to race, we also had some really bad 7-card hands. I mean, there were a couple good ones, but like even the 6-card, I went down to 5 a couple times, so that's a little bit frustrating. Overall, though, I had fun. I liked the format. It was neat. It was new. It was interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments section about the deck. Hopefully you enjoyed the content, because I tried really hard to carve out time in my day today for this. It's been very hard with school right now to get any content put up. So I appreciate the Patreon donations. Again, really helped me with buying cards for this new format. Testing things out. So thank you to all my patrons. Please think about supporting the channel if this is the kind of content you enjoy. And with all that, I'll wish you a happy rest of your day. It's been Andrew, Day 2 Dryden, and I will see you next time.